Cody's gonna crash out. He's gonna crash out nicely though. Not like Jey Uso, bro. They got Jey Uso crashing out like like a weirdo. Like that's not how you want to like do it, But
he's in his own head right now,
yeah, you don't want that. But Cody, he's
Yeah.
gonna crash out in a way where he's gonna be a menace, like the American Nightmare for real.
We started with the 6'7", 6'7". Oh, you didn't know? Welcome back to another episode of the LTS Wrestling Podcast. It's me. It's that NICC. And yes, I did know the camera was rolling because I'm here with JoJo and Jasper here today. What's going on, fellas?
Let's get it.
What's going on? The panel's here. Let's go. How's everyone out there? Post-Thanksgiving weekend. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us. All the followers, subscribers, you guys are awesome. And we are here to talk about Survivor Series, some Raw Fallout, and some crazy news for TNA, right? So let's just kind of like dive right into some of the weekly highlights across the industry. So pretty much an AEW, we got the Continental Classic happening. Notable wins here: Claudio Castagnoli over Jon Moxley, Kazuchika Okada winning his first points in the tournament. We got the finals for the women's tag team tournament between the what was it? The team of Willow and I'm drawing blanks here. What is their name? They have a name. I can't say I remember, but I know they're going out against Tony Storm and Mira Shirakawa.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. So my apologies. I can't think of her name off the top of my head.
I know, me too.
People probably thinking I'm like reading off my phone here, but I'm not. It's like I'm just like looking down, trying to grasp what her name is. But yeah, it's Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. Sorry, there you go. My apologies. And then there's now a build between Eddie Kingston and Samoa Joe, which clearly is going to probably be for the AEW World Title. And I don't know if it's storyline related, but a lot of people are saying it's not. Darby Allin is currently hospitalized. If it's legitimate, Darby, get well, feel better, and hope to see you back in the ring soon.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll kind of like dive into the whole TNA piece in a bit, but let's kind of like go back to WWE here because we're just freshly off the Survivor Series PLE. I'm not sure how many of you guys caught it, how many of you guys were actually in attendance for it. I personally had the privilege of being out there in that crowd of 45,000 plus people at Pelco Park. But from my understanding, there was a lot of mixed reviews. I think a lot of criticism for the most part from people watching it on TV. And I'll kind of like shoot straight here from the get-go that crowd was probably the opposite of what I got from the IWC, specifically because it was a hot crowd. It was packed. A lot of people were into it from the get-go. Obviously the ending had resounding boos, clearly because of how, I guess, the way people thought it was going to end was like a surprise or something, but we can talk about that, right? So what did you guys think about Survivor Series?
Hey, I wasn't mad at it. So before I got to watch it, I don't know why. I caught comments and talking about the IWC. So I still didn't let it sway. They said matches was too short. They didn't hear the crowd or whatever the case may be. But and I also saw some comments from people that did go. That was like defending the noise and things of that nature. And, but when I saw it, hey, it wasn't bad. It was lit, man. WarGames, ladies, you guys put on, oh man, dude, there was a lot of spots there, dude, on both sides. And I was wondering how they were gonna take out Lash. Of course, friendly fire. And that's where it just kicks everything off, right? And then they all start rolling, they all start hitting each other with these finishers and things and jumping off with the trash cans. So hey, Team Rio, all that. I love the John Cena. You know how that whole match and how they intertwined the Judgment Day. Hey, they were really for him, and John was really for blessing them with letting them get their time with him. You know, and it was great. And the way Liv popped out, boy, yeah, let's go. Top it off. I wasn't like thinking that. I thought it was just gonna end with Finn and them. Boom, boom. You know, the Raquels, the Roxy came through, and Finn and JD thought it was just gonna end with that. Nah. And then the big thing with with Liv. Hey, okay, look. And then the Stephanie Vaquer and Nikki Bella. Okay, Nikki, I give it to you. This how I know you guys are watching too. I think you watching, Nikki, because we've been roasting you about kicking air, and you landed one on her on Vaquer. I swear. Hey,
She got
it's
it.
just for me.
She
It's
got
just
it.
for me. You right? It's like she made sure when they were planning this match. Can I get that off you? Because they've been getting me on this. She did not. Hey, man, it could have been cleaner. I get it. But you landed that kick. You tried it and you timed it and you got it on her. Okay. And then you even got up from a couple Stephanie Vaquer bombs. So I'm gonna give it to you. You know, we gonna give it to you as much as as much as we trash you, I'm gonna treasure you at the same old time. I saw that. I was like, that was for me. You wanted me
I
to catch that.
I like that.
I caught it, girl. I caught that from you. You know, so I got to give it to you because I'll be roasting you and all that. And the men, way to sell it though. I thought, hey, as much as I thought they were gonna lose Big Bang Boom Boom because they got Muscle over there and they got the Knife Man over there, man. He just claymore your ass and boom. And then you got the Oracle outside handing a whole bunch of weapons in and magnifying the strength of Jake Paul up there, man. What's his name, dude? Dog Logan. I mean, and that boy. I thought they were gonna take it because Roman, got a hand of it. CM Punk looked like he was gonna put it away, and then they didn't even need that 6-man dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought they were gonna take it, way to sell, and the guy, Mystery Man, we still don't know who you are, man. They say it's Vince
we'll talk
McMahon.
about that
My
one.
God, Lord. No, just kidding.
Wrong answers only, right? Let's go.
Wrong answers only. So it was nice. And we went 4-0. First sweep ever, right? The whole panel went. The whole panel swept that whole thing.
Victory lap.
Victory. Swept
Let's
that whole
go.
thing, man. The whole panel swept the whole PLE. We swept that.
Swept it.
Yeah.
Yep. We ate some dubs over the weekend. Yeah. That's what's up. All right. I like your take. Very enthusiastic. How about you, sir?
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I'm going to try not to be. I'm going to try not to be.
We're going that way.
I'm going to bring the energy down a little bit. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
bring us back to earth, all right?
I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to be a realist.
Away from Cloud 9.
Yeah, I'm going to take us away from Cloud 9. Maybe bring us on Cloud 5. I mean, yeah. We still up there, but I'm just like I told you guys earlier. It was okay for what it was, I mean, it wasn't anything special. I'll be honest. Like, it was okay. It wasn't anything to write home about. It was serviceable for me. It had its great spots. I really did enjoy the John Cena and Dominic Mysterio match. Great match. I thought that was a good match. In fact, they had me going with the whole Dominic Mysterio injury spot, but then when it went on too long, and they didn't throw up the X, I was like, okay, they're ribbing us. What?
Yeah, it's part of the show.
Yeah, when they hung on for it when they hung on to it for too long, it's like, yeah, they're kind of ribbing us. And then they did their whole spots and everything. It was good. It was good. I still think the ref should have did the count regardless. I don't think the ref should have got in the way and said, no, why is John Cena down and that whole thing. He should have just counted it anyway, you know what I mean? But outside of that, that was a great match. I loved it. Women's WarGames, it was pretty good. It was what I expected. I think Io, you're my girl. I love you, Io. I think you need to stop doing the dive off the cage. It's getting too predictable. It's the third time in a row. I love it. I think stop. Just stop. Next year, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it next year. Don't do it next year.
What if there isn't one next year? What if she's not in it next year?
Then great. Then great. Then great. Then great, because then she can be in a singles match for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. I'm just saying. I only want what's best for you. But yeah, no, I like. It's not that I don't want to see her do it. I just want her to keep it special, is what it is. I don't want her to dry it out, is what it is. But it was good overall.
But I think that's why it's kind of meant to be for a WarGames match.
No, yeah,
you don't see her doing it all the time.
Right. No, I get it. And but it's just after a certain point, because it was done 3 times in a row, and I feel like it's getting predictable.
It's nothing easy though.
No, for sure.
I think to do something like that off the top of the cage blindly, granted she's in a trash can,
right?
I think that's something that's very, like a high spot to definitely remember.
I'm not taking anything away from her, but I'm just saying, maybe keep it special. I love it. I don't get me wrong, I love it. I love Io's high flyer, don't give a crap attitude. She's willing to put her body on the line to do that kind of crazy stuff. I love it, but I just, maybe keep it special. Maybe not do it next time we do WarGames. Maybe do something different. But women's WarGames was awesome. As I expected, they didn't really focus on AJ Lee as much. She really was like not in the picture all that often.
Point. That's
as we kind of called it.
Like everybody else was kind of carrying the match, right?
Yeah, everybody else did kind of carry the match. They did a really good job, giving Lash Legend some time in that match.
She looked strong.
She did. She looked great. She looked great
in that match.
Yeah, she looked great. And then like I was saying in our last podcast, just out of nowhere, here comes AJ Lee finishing up the match. She literally was nowhere to be found. All of a sudden, she finishes up the match. It was good. Men's War Game, that was pretty good. My boy Bronson Reed giving out those super tsunamis, bro. He was giving out them freaking 50-foot wave tsunamis. I mean, those are
from the get-go too.
I know, bro. I mean, he wasn't doing the regular ones. He was literally jumping off those turnbuckles. I was like, dang.
Nowhere near the top of that cage though, because we don't want a repeat of that injury.
Straight up. Yeah, keep it safe. Yeah, keep it safe. Keep it safe.
Right.
Yeah,
love that.
Yeah,
keep it safe.
Yeah, keep it safe. But yeah, that mystery man at the end, I don't know. Kind of interested to see who that is.
We'll definitely get
Friday?
into that piece.
Also,
by Friday they'll reveal, because they didn't reveal none.
I think they're gonna drag it out. I think they're gonna drag it out. Yeah, I think they're gonna drag it out for a while. I have one last thing to say. And I may be the minority on this panel for this. And I know if Jay was here, he may have something to say against me again on this one. I'm sorry, guys.
Speak your mind. What's it? What is it?
Let's go. What we getting?
I'm really starting to dislike Jey Uso.
Hey, no. Wait, no, you good? Well, go ahead. Yeah, look, that's crazy. That's a great transition to the other segment too. Yo, go ahead. Yeah, bro. Oh, go ahead.
I did not like that whole interruption during the War Games. It kind of took me out of the match. And
the part when he ran it back and started getting everybody.
Yes, he was gonna go. I did not like that at all. It kind of took me out of the match. And like, if you watched everybody else, yeah, Big Jim was kind of going with it. CM Punk was just like, whatever, playing his guitar, steel chair, kind of just burning time. But if you look at Cody was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, if you look at his face, he's leaning against the ropes like, what the fuck is going on? What are we doing? And it's like, I don't want to say that like I'm starting to agree with the IWC, but I'm starting to agree with the IWC, dude. I'm getting sick of Jey Uso. Unless they give me something different like that, bro, I'm getting tired of his shtick. I'll be honest, dude. Like, I may be in the minority on our panel, but like, dude, I'm sorry. I'm getting tired of his shtick.
Wait,
That was like the wrong time to do that. That was the wrong
wasn't
time
that
to
part
do
to
that.
introduce
You
Brock?
can run it back any other time,
Like, that
but
was
that
supposed
was
to introduce-
so
But
wrong.
yeah,
It introduced Brock though.
it felt right when Brock's music hit, the reaction of
I thought
everybody
that
was
was
just
that was that.
priceless.
Yeah,
I
I thought
get it.
I thought that was
It
that
was
was what
it was
for.
funny to me, actually.
Yeah, that was perfect timing.
Right.
That's why
Yeah,
he's
but
like,
I
"Hey,
just-
we're gonna run it back,"
it-
and then the
it
beast
took
came out.
me.
You know, like
Mm-hmm.
It took
Like,
me
no
out.
more
interruption.
playing games.
It
right,
took me out.
like you wanted to
It took
go
me
yeet
out.
that? No yeet. I'm coming out to eat. I'm coming out to beast. Hey, no, it's not that I don't like Jey Uso, but like you right. So Raw, we gonna get to it. We gonna get to Raw. So I'm kind of so it was kind of like, you know what? Let's get it, cause Jey Uso, man. I thought, bro, Jey Uso, you ain't been showing us enough, man. Unless they've been telling you that's what you're just gonna play. You're just gonna, catch L's, do some, wonky stuff, and then be hard on yourself. Things of that nature, man. Yeah.
And I think everybody has obviously their own opinion about Jey Uso, and it's interesting just because the crowd, and I've kind of said this to a certain degree, a lot of hate online, especially on I want to say like on YouTube, right? Specifically, whenever videos of Jey Uso, whenever he's like winning, the people on IWC like to kind of regurgitate the dislikes on the video, right? Or pretty much anytime he wins a match or like progresses, it's like yeah, or no, I'm sorry, no yeet, right? They're just like over it. But it's funny, it's funny because when
Wait.
you're there in person, when you see the crowd, and when
Right.
you actually have like these fan events, guess who's selling out a lot of their shit?
He is.
Guess who's
Yeet-Man.
actually there to guess who the fans are actually there to see,
Right.
right?
No.
And it's kind of interesting only because again it's it's telling when you're there in person, it does not feel like the way people have expressed their feelings about Jay. And I'm not saying that you can't feel that way, and I to a certain degree I kind of actually mentioned this to somebody else. It did catch me off guard only because when they started running back, I kind of expected at some point they would have done it. But the way he kind of exaggerated it, right? I think when he was on top of the cage, he started riding it like he was on like one of those like bulls, right? Like, and I was like, okay, now it's getting ridiculous. Like that, like the way he was doing it was kind of overboard, right?
And that's what kind of took me out, because I was like, I was watching him do it. I was like, hey, you're kind of like overdoing it now. It's like, I actually like, dude, I love the run backs, dude. I love the run backs. And I'm not a Jey Uso hater, not by any stretch of the imagination. I actually love Jey Uso. I love his development, what he's become, where he's going. And don't get me wrong, I still see down the road that he's probably just going to end up being another tag team partner with his brother again. But I love his singles run. That specific moment during the War Games, that took me out, and that, I don't know why, but that annoyed me. Like, that annoyed me really bad. And I don't know why. I know why. It's because
I'm sorry, do you feel like it's kind of added on to like something else that you didn't like about War Games?
No. I actually, bro, outside of that,
okay.
I actually loved War Games. I thought it was really good. I just thought, because there's supposed to be like this sense of urgency, right? And we didn't get we didn't get everybody in there yet. And the good guys were like absolutely dominating at that point. And yeah, okay. Yeah, you want to flaunt it a little bit, sure. And then you're going to have Brock come in there, but it's just like, you're flaunting it so hard. And it's like, bro, it's borderline.
Like, you didn't win the match yet.
Yeah. It's like
Match is not over.
the way
Yeah,
the way
for
they
real.
were flaunting it. It's like the match was totally done. It was
I
like,
got
bro,
you.
just like, bro, pop the bottles. Let's celebrate. It's
Mhm.
done.
Yeah.
Who cares
Right.
who comes out next? It's just like, oh, bro,
Right.
you guys are celebrating way too early.
It's like they were in an NBA tournament, like I'm sorry, NBA playoffs, right? They're celebrating for the first round win.
That's what I'm saying. The first of 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, being like the Clippers.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that was just the wrong. It was the way he did it. It took me out of the match and it annoyed me. That was the only problem I had with that match. Outside of that, I thought the men's war game was good.
Okay. No, yeah, I think I asked that only because I don't know if it was just kind of like the tipping point for some people, right? Like, and the fact that it's Jey Uso, because a lot of people already have their opinions on him. A lot of it being kind of a negative thing. I'll say this, right? Like in terms of Survivor Series, for me personally, I was actually really hyped to go to it just because it's the last major PLE that I've never actually attended in person. I've been to WrestleMania, I've been to Royal Rumble, I've been to SummerSlam. So this was kind of like the last one on my list that I wanted to be at, and I'm glad I did. And I think a lot of that kind of like made it special for me. On top of that, I never actually seen War Games live, so that was actually a nice piece to it. I will say this though, I think just the way the War Games match kind of transpired, I didn't think it was bad, but now I'm gonna kind of tie this into the fact that one of the arguments right now is that people are comparing it to AEW Blood and Guts, which is very much their version of War Games, right?
Oh.
And a lot of people haven't seen that, and seeing War Games, people are clearly giving AEW the edge here, stating that it was way better. And I think everyone again is entitled to their own opinion. Not to say that AEW Blood and Guts was not good. It's just different because obviously when you hear the name Blood and Guts, what are you going to expect? Blood and guts. Pretty much gory, right? And clearly
Right.
both men's and women's, they had a lot of it going on, and I think the way that transpired as opposed to what people might have expected with War Games was to kind of go up and up with the very similar type of style match. So what I personally thought was that they could have done it without War Games. If it was a traditional Survivor Series match where they actually had to eliminate people, I thought it would have probably been better. That's my opinion. Because I think the drama of, having to know who's going to get eliminated next. And it's just funny because, we were talking about this last week for our pre-show. We were kind of like going through like the motions as far as like who's going to get eliminated first in what order, right? And it felt a little bit more interesting, even though that wasn't the case here. But had it been, I think we probably would have got a better, I would say a better presentation of those two respective matches. And hence, you're talking about the whole Io Sky thing, right? Like, maybe that spot should be saved every so often, not so much every single time. This would have been a great way to kind of take a break from it, right? And if everybody was kind of expecting, again, the expectations is clear where it's either going to make us feel validated with our feelings or whether we're going to get disappointed. But at the end of the day, I think the expectation here was to be somewhat up to par with Blood and Guts. And I think that's why a lot of people may have felt disappointed with the whole War Games. Granted, both matches had very big names involved, right? The who's who. It's just like we've never seen a Brock Lesnar in a War Games. Clearly, Roman Reigns was part of it. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, both world champions of their respective brands were part of it. We had up and coming talent, Bronson Reed, Bron Breaker, Lash Legend, you name it, right? You had the Charlotte Flairs, Rhea Ripley's also, Kabuki Warriors. So the names are there. And at the same time, I think that gave us a little bit of the hype behind these two matches, must watch. But it felt like it was underwhelming because, again, I think WWE probably relied so much on the names and just, it being able to carry the matches. And not to say they didn't perform. I think they did great. I think it's just because this was fresh. I want to say what I think. Blood and Guts was either a week before or the week of. It was just so relatively close in the proximity where they happen, and it's so fresh in people's minds. So the comparisons started to come out, and I don't blame people for feeling that way. But at the end of the day, I don't want to take away from, again, what was also highlighted here is because we talk about growing stars, right? Who end up getting the win for the men's, specifically who got the pin?
Yep, Bron Breaker.
Bron Breaker, right?
Yep.
Bron Breaker is clearly going to be the future of the WWE. He is still young. He's I can't even say he's in his prime, but he's clearly hitting stride. And we can obviously segue right into Raw.
23 miles per hour strides.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Pinning CM Punk for the win, right? And clearly CM Punk being the world champion right now for Raw. So it's just kind of like there are some key things here that I want to point out, but at the same time, it should not be, or it should not be put to the back burner for us to just keep knocking on this whole PLE and just focusing on the negatives.
No,
because I feel like there's a lot of things that were still kind of a positive, right?
No, look at the women's WarGames match did what it was supposed to do. And all the women did really good, and it made Lash Legend look fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean?
On top of that, you're gonna get storylines that are coming off of this clearly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we've talked about the WWE or the women's tag team division being so lacking in terms of star power or even like story, that you see a lot of good things actually happening with the women's tag team championships right now.
Is this a segue into Raw?
Why not?
Why not?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it,
right? Because go to Papa H. He talked about this being an epic Raw, right? This is a must watch. It's going to be epic. So what actually happened here? What was epic, right? Let's kind of go through it, because clearly we had, I think the show opened up with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. They had their little like promo going on with Charlotte, Alexa, them kind of like talking about going after those tag team championships, right? Who's deserving for it? Well, that actually transpired into the main event, right? And then the Vision comes out, they specifically highlight Bron Breaker. Probably, and I think a lot of people are talking about this part, right? Bron Breaker probably cutting the best promo of his WWE career.
Yeah.
The way he kind of shoot a shot there, talking about CM Punk, a little bit of Seth Rollins, and the way he kind of just controlled that whole segment, showed a different layer of who he is, which I thought was, by all means, it made me believe him. I felt like I believe this guy is a main eventer now, right? So this pretty, and I think they announced it too, right? This pretty much sets up the title match with him and CM Punk at the Netflix anniversary,
the 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
And then we had the Judgment Day come out, talk about their segment, or Liv kind of talking about them, regrouping, and Judgment Day becoming stronger again and going after every single title out there. And on top of that, we had a pretty damn good tag team match between AJ Lee, respectively, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, versus the New Day. And that was you guys caught that, right?
Yeah.
That 6th spot.
Yes.
The way they finished it, that was pretty sick.
Yes, that was sick.
That was a 6th spot.
That was hard. Yeah.
And that was I thought it was a pretty good tag team match. They delivered on that part.
They did.
What else happened? I'm just showing my age right now.
That part too.
Like I remembered everything. Gosh. But okay, let's just kind of like jump into that part, right? Main event, the way it kind of like ended, right? So no contest. We had Kabuki Warriors interfere. Then we saw Bailey and Lyra come out. And then Judgment Day shows up, right? So it pretty much ends the show with Roxanne, Raquel, and Liv in the middle of the ring, pretty much hoisting up tag team titles, clearly making them aware that they are coming for the titles, right? And I do recall now, Liv also had a little run-in with Stephanie Becker backstage, putting her on notice that she's coming after world title. So we're seeing a lot of things transpire. And then on top of that, we still don't know who that secret man, the secret masked man was, right? But was this an epic Raw for you guys?
Okay, so when I say epic, it was let's go to the Jey Uso thing first, all right? Cause like he was hitting all his stuff, and then that's where I was like, oh, they're gonna give it to you. Like I wasn't really almost feeling that when I thought that after he was gonna hit his splash, he was gonna get the 1, 2, 3. But the megastar rolled him, and I just remember looking at that like, oh shit, yes, that is where you were supposed to go with that. I think I'm happy with that. Like that, the fact that not that I'm getting tired of Jay, it's just that he's up. Like again, like you say, because of like when you're at the PLEs or a main event, that's who they're going crazy for. That's who the merch they're buying off. So he might not necessarily need that push or that match to win. So I don't know. If he was gonna win, I was like, okay, I can see why they still pushing him to go after the title or whatever to get John or whatever. But when when the megastar rolled him, man, I couldn't help but to be like, yes, you know what? That's why it was like one of those type of things, man. And he's gonna face Gunther. I was like, come on, that was cool too. The Gunther and the Solo Sikoa, man. Yeah. Dude, the troll.
Oh
Hey,
yeah. I hate that I forgot to mention that.
He's a troll, dude. That was the best. Yeah. and then I'm like, hey, we haven't seen his big man jump in yet. And the fact that Gunther took him out, and yeah, man, it was good. So I'm excited to see who's gonna win on Friday between the megastar and the goon. And I don't think I would have liked it if I would have saw another Jay and Goon or something. Or unless you were gonna put him. So if you were gonna have Jay win, maybe you were gonna put him against Solo, and that would have been cool. But I don't know, man. I like it where it's at to be who's John's last match right now. Who's it gonna be between? So that's why I was like, that's pretty cool. And then you had the Bailey in the background, and you had Kabuki Warriors come through going, hey, we lost that because of you. You not out there with us type thing. So I'm like, oh snap, what's gonna happen with this, right? Only to see Bailey come out and go, I want those titles too. So I was like, damn, all right. So that was pretty cool, man. So I kind of enjoyed it.
That part was just like, it was just so funny to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was hella cool. And
that part was just funny to me because it's like, I like how you it's like you went off to go put the blame on somebody that had no involvement in the match.
Like, yeah. It came out of nowhere.
How childish does that sound, right? It came out of nowhere.
And then who's this?
The reason why we lost the match was because of you, Bailey.
Only for her to pop out. I was like, whoa, they're all a part of it. They're going to tie in somehow.
Right?
They're all going to tie in somehow. And then Adam, what's his name? Adam Pearce. He's still trying to figure out stuff, trying to bribe referees in the background. So I was like, all right. Hey, you still ain't found shit, mother. This guy, man, he still ain't found nothing, dude. So that was pretty cool, too. So I don't know if it was epic, but it was entertaining, dude. They've been hitting lately. They've been hitting. You know what I mean? Like, so it was pretty entertaining in that sense.
Entertaining, but not epic.
Yeah, I would it wasn't like crazy power until if you were to reveal it, maybe. If you were to reveal some craziness, like who it is, unmask that man, and then he did something like, he did something crazy, like joined the Vision for real, and you're like, whoa, that's too OD now. Like that is crazy, like, yeah, but entertaining, not epic.
Got you. Mr. Nick.
I have to agree. It was entertaining, not epic, but that's not exactly a bad thing, though. That was, sorry, that's my microphone over here. Yeah, it was entertaining. It wasn't epic, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it was above average. It was a good show. From beginning to end, it was overall really good. The Judgment Day promo when they were in the ring. Hey, Dom, bro, Dirty Dom. This guy's got it down already. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell he's super comfortable in his skin already. Like, as far as like, he knows his role already. You know what I mean? Like, he's really comfortable with what he's got, the direction his character is going. He's so comfortable with what he has now, and I'm here for it. And Liv smacked the living crap out of him. You could tell, like, Liv knew she hit him just a little bit too hard. Because you know that kiss on the cheek that she gave him afterwards was an apology kiss? Like, because she's like, oh, she knew she smacked him. Well, yeah, she was going to hit him, but she knew she hit him a little bit too hard. So that was an apology kiss. I
think it's going to lead into something, though.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
Those slaps are going to get harder and harder. Just watch.
I don't know. That was a pretty hard slap right out the gate. That was pretty tough. That was pretty tough.
Yeah.
LA Knight, Jey Uso. So like we were just talking about Jey Uso earlier, right? I'm interested to see where the story goes. Like I said, I'm not a Jey Uso hater, right? I like I like his progression as far as where he's gone, where he's been, where he's going. And I'm interested to see where his storyline goes. So is he gonna go bad? What is he gonna do? Like, I don't know. I'm willing to sit back, wait and see. I'm not gonna jump on this hate train and be like, I hate Jey Uso because all he does is eat. He's like a 13-year-old dressed up in a man's body. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna jump on that hate train. I like I said, that whole thing with the WarGames, that shit took me out. I didn't like it. But whatever. It is what it is, right? That's my opinion on that part. But I love wrestling. It is what it is. That part, yeah, that irritated me. But I'm willing to give him a chance. Things can always turn around, right? Look at Charlotte Flair. I hated Charlotte Flair for like the longest time, but I love the current iteration of her.
Yeah,
and this is something else. This is something else I'd like to point out is that when Team Rio was out in the ring cutting the promo, and then they were talking about going after the tag team titles. And I remember thinking this, and it was something like, I thought in my head, and I was like, oh, I can't believe I even thought about this. Like, and this is something that I need to say on the podcast because it's like, I can't believe I even thought this, was that when when Rhea had mentioned that they want a shot at the tag team titles and Charlotte Flair's music hit, I knew it was because her and Alexa were coming out to interrupt them to say, hold on, we didn't even get a rematch yet. We're still in line to get the tag team titles because they want to go for the titles, right? Charlotte Flair putting a stop to them because she's going after a title. And usually I'm against that. But this is the first time I'm like, hell yeah. You're still in line for that title, Charlotte. Go get that title. That's all you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually cheering for Charlotte to go get the title. I'm really enjoying Charlotte's current run.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe I was saying that in my head because I haven't enjoyed Charlotte in a long time. I also agree with you on the Bron Breaker promo.
Yeah.
He made me a believer. That promo was fantastic.
Fire.
That part where he said, consider the promo cut. Consider the promo cut. I was like, damn. All right, Bron. He was good. He was good. That was a fantastic promo. And you could tell in Paul Heyman's face, he was proud. Hey, Logan, shout out to Logan Paul. Nice catch with the microphone. That was
I was like, why did he say something on the mic? And then I saw the clip after. I was like, oh, I gotcha.
Yeah,
I see what happened.
And that's how I saw it too. I saw it
Yeah.
on a clip afterwards. I didn't know where the microphone came
I was
from
like,
at first.
how did he get the mic all of a sudden?
Yeah. But yeah, he caught the microphone. That was a good catch.
Mhm.
And then the last thing I will say is that the Solo Sikoa versus Gunther match. If Gunther is the guy who's destined to fight John Cena at Saturday Night Main Event,
Mhm.
I think Solo Sikoa versus Gunther should have been the last match before John Cena.
Mhm.
That was such a good match. That was a fantastic match. I mean,
Yep.
grade A,
Meat fest.
top tier match. That was a fantastic match. I mean, pork chops for days. That
Just
was
kept
such a
eating
good
those
match.
chops. Yep.
Bro, LA Knight versus Gunther. I mean, that Solo Sikoa versus Gunther, that they set the bar so high. I mean, LA Knight has a lot to live up to when he goes against Gunther. That was such a fantastic match. Bro, Solo did so good. It was such a good match. And Solo was eating them, dude. It was, that was so good. That was so good.
Yep. Do you guys really think Gunther is going to be John's final opponent?
I don't know. I really don't know.
It seems like a lot of people are set on that, and some people don't like it.
Yes, that's the thing, is that there's a lot of people online saying that Gunther is going to be the final opponent. There's like reports saying that people backstage are not happy about it. But then I'm like, the more I'm
John
seeing that,
Cena's dad actually said he's not too happy about it, right?
right.
Oh.
And so I heard that, and I, after hearing all of this, seeing the reports of people not being happy that Gunther is going to be the final opponent, I'm kind of leaning towards he's not going to be it. Like,
Yeah.
because you know
So
what,
LA
like,
Knight. Yeah.
maybe because look at the way that they've been drawing up the story with LA Knight. Like every week he's been getting mystery opponents, and I don't know if it's because like all these guys have been legit getting hurt, and it's just the way the cards have been falling with LA Knight, and they just been having to pivot every single week and drop that storyline, and it's just how it's been falling for LA Knight. But I don't know. I'm getting this feeling that maybe it's not going to be Gunther. Maybe it's going to be LA Knight.
That's interesting. It's interesting for me only because this is the good old IWC again, right? Like I feel like the IWC wants us to, or wants not us, but wants WWE to push certain wrestlers. And let's be fair, I think a lot of it is just they want people to get they want their own favorite wrestler to get pushed. So it's always at the moment, who's my favorite wrestler? And Lord knows Gunther was one of them, right? Now he's kind of made a name for himself. He's kind of like in that whole, I would say, main event scene, right? With the rest of them, clearly holding world title, and everybody was just like, he's gonna be world champion someday. All of a sudden, where the hell is everybody that was saying that? Now that he has the opportunity to be the guy that retires John Cena, which rightfully I think I can't be mad at it. At first, it didn't like seem like the right person, not knowing who the other options were, but kind of seeing how it panned out, I feel like I can't be mad at it. Now,
Same.
Now it's just, to me, it's just like people are so fickle, and that's where it gets me. I'm just like, so you want him to be pushed, or you don't want him to be pushed? I think now that you have an opportunity to really push somebody to be a household name for years to come, it definitely is going to come from this specific match against John Cena, because there's going to be a lot of eyes on this Saturday night main event, right? Because it's clearly John Cena's last match. And whoever he competes again, it's gonna clearly, let's just honestly say it's gonna definitely catapult them to a different level, right? It's gonna put on a different stratosphere, and I think when you have that under some of the other accomplishments, the fact that Gunther also retired Goldberg this year, to say that he also retired Cena, that that just kind of right there, it's just like, how do you not consider him to be one of the top guys in WWE?
And you know
Even
what?
more.
He made Goldberg look good, and that's
did.
no easy feat. That's
Yeah,
no
exactly.
easy feat. Bill
Exactly.
Goldberg.
Right? Yeah. So again, I think when it comes to LA Knight, I think he's also much deserving, because he's probably the guy right now that a lot of people are trying to rally behind, and I think he was probably in the same position as Karrion Kross, and we've also seen this happen to LA Knight even a few years back. Remember when he was also kind of in that mix for the whole Money in the Bank matchup? I think a lot of people were hoping that he would have won as well, but the opportunity that he may have here to actually compete against John Cena in his final match is also another reason why I feel like he could be a potential opponent for him, because the IWC seems to be rallying behind him more so. They want to see him get the spotlight, and it's like long overdue, so to speak. But again, it's just like, how long does this last? Once we see LA Knight rise to the top, and he is at the top, how long are we going to be cheering for him before they get tired of him? And that's the case with our fan base, right? It's just nobody's ever content. You're always going to favor whoever it is that you like, and a lot of times it just tends to be your favorite underdogs, so to speak. Right. Nobody really cares for a lot of like these guys that are at the top, unless we know they're on the way out, and that's just me being real here. Because for the longest time, how many people actually started disliking Cena, right? And throughout those years, him being the babyface, having to wear those jorts, doing the salute, wearing all those funky colors, a lot of people got tired of his shtick for a bit, right? But then all of a sudden, here he is on his retirement tour. The dude's like so beloved, and I know a lot of people respect him outside of the fact that they want to boo him. It's just kind of crazy to think like this is how the fan base is with every single favorite wrestler of theirs, very fickle, and clearly always going through the whole motions of, I like you, but I don't. I like you, but I don't. You deserve to be pushed, but give somebody else a spotlight. It's like, make up your fucking mind. That's what's annoying with them.
No, and I'm gonna put it out there. Like, I'm not gonna disagree with you, because I was one of those people, right? That I did say that I didn't want to see Gunther as the last person to fight John Cena. But when we put it into that perspective where we see how the cards fell and who were the people that they lined up to fight him, I mean, I'm not mad at it, especially because Gunther was the guy to retire Goldberg, and he did such a good job in making Goldberg look good in his retirement match. Now, what they did to Goldberg as far as his retirement speech, that's kind of messed up. That's WWE's fault, but that's neither here nor there.
It's Pico's fault. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And let's hope that they don't do that to John Cena. But
well, that's why he's going on first.
That's the rumor, right?
They said, he's going to open Saturday Night Main Event because he wants the rest of the show to be more showcased for the future, right? Because they're apparently the show's going to have a bunch of NXT talent and just, I guess, other wrestlers that they're trying to push forward as like the future. So that's what I understood it as. So, maybe that's a good call right there, right? He goes on first so that he can't get cut off.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, if it's him versus Gunther, well, I won't be mad at it. I'm pretty sure Gunther will give us a damn good match. If it's LA Knight, I'm pretty sure LA Knight will give us a good match too. But I have thought about it. I have thought about it like, if Gunther wins, of course he's already established himself as this like high tier bad guy. You know what I mean? There's just this dominator, this guy who will absolutely dominate you, and it doesn't matter if you're a good guy, you're a bad guy, face heel. He's not here to establish if he's a bad guy or a good guy. He's just here to beat everybody up and be the champ, right? That's what he's all about. He really doesn't care about his status. He just wants to be the best, and but he's a jerk along the way, and but and regardless if he beats John Cena, you know what I mean. That'll just boost that character. But if LA Knight wins, yeah, that's a notch under LA Knight's belt. It looks cool, but what does that really do for LA Knight's character? Where could they push that? I mean, it looks cool for like the initial win, but how far does that take LA Knight? I mean,
well, I think with that win, it can give him momentum going to the Royal Rumble.
it could. They just, I think it would just all be about how they utilize that win, how WWE utilizes it, how they use the writing and all that other stuff. I think they would really have to use that momentum, and if they mess it up, I think they could waste it. And WWE writers are infamous for wasting momentum.
Yeah, I think if they do give him the win, he has to be really pushed into the next few months going into WrestleMania season. And I think you started off at Royal Rumble, right? You give him. I personally think LA Knight should be the Royal Rumble winner for next year, going into Riyadh. And I personally think that he should definitely go after I want to say the undisputed title against Cody. Although I'll say this, I think a lot of people are talking that Cody will probably have a trilogy with Roman.
That's the rumor.
That's the rumor, right?
I heard there's supposed to be like a redemption arc kind of thing going, right, with Roman.
Right. So it could go either way. I'm not exactly sure if that's going to be the case here, but I personally think LA Knight should build on that momentum. It would go to waste, and I would hate to see WWE fumble this, specifically if they give LA Knight the match against Cena, him coming up on top and do nothing with it. That would be a total waste. I'm not so worried about Gunther, because Gunther's still, he's still like, he's still getting into his prime. LA Knight's definitely got more years on Gunther, so you can't really expect much more out of him, like in the long future, so to speak. He's more of like a now, right? He needs to be doing great things now, to really like ride it out for the remainder of his career. But yeah, I think when we talk about Cena's final match, though, this whole situation with him, I think a lot of people, going back to his whole year, are going to look back, and I've obviously seen a lot of comments, and people like talking about how it was slightly underwhelming and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just like, what's kind of frustrating me is people are so focused on the negative that we're getting so lost in the fact that it's the end of his career coming up next week Saturday, and we still haven't really given him his flowers.
Yeah.
It's like, how much more are we going to complain about the what ifs, right? How much are we going to complain about the heel turn? It's like, good Lord, like, how much more do you want out of somebody when he's already at the last of his career?
Is it?
And I think at the end of the day, it's just a matter of perspective. We could have gone down that whole path where, maybe he would have had a strong storyline, right? But again, that's a what if. I'm thinking about the now and the present and what it actually is. And I want to say this too, right? I had the opportunity of actually meeting John Cena over this past weekend with my kids, and you could just tell that this guy here specifically, with all of the people that were waiting in line for him, he is such a stand-up guy. When it came to meeting every single fan with it that was standing in line for him for a photo, he clearly took the time to really give us that moment with him. And that's one thing I will always appreciate about him, because no matter how many people were standing in line and how the staff was trying to get people to walk through and like tell people move it along, he literally did not phase and just gave people their time. I saw fans right before me that really talked his ear off, maybe like at least a minute long, when a lot of us were probably given like 10-15 seconds with them. And I couldn't even be mad. Honestly, I was just like, can I blame this guy? Like these guys are like really soaking it in and trying to take every single moment, because we know he's on the way out. There might not be another opportunity for him to do something like this. And we know that he's pretty adamant about not wrestling again. That next week, Saturday, is going to be his very last match. So take it for his word. You got to understand that once he's done, he's done. And that's it. I'm just so upset that a lot of the IWC is so fixated on the what ifs and what should have happened and how disappointing his heel run was and how his retirement tour could have been better. Guess the fuck what? Anything and everything could always
Could
be better.
Yeah.
You will never be satisfied. No matter how good it could have been, based on if you were in creative, you could have made it better. But guess what? 10,000 other people would probably say, you know what? I could have made it better. So I just don't get it. At the same time, like, just appreciate the guy for what he's been doing and what he's about to do, right? It's his last match. Let's just appreciate it, because at the end of the day, this is it. You truly won't be able to see him.
It's over and done with.
Exactly.
That's it.
In all his greatness, he's going to be done, right? So I think a lot of people need perspective here and really take it for what it is. We can't go back in the past and really change things here. Just let's really enjoy the ride that he's given us. At this point, it is what it is. And I think when it comes to pushing the future, like he's so adamant about, let's put the focus on that too. Because once he's gone, who do we got left, right? We talking about these NXT superstars coming up. We got some of the main roster guys that are clearly trying to make themselves a bigger name, to be maybe the next John Cena, to be in the main event. So we got a lot of stuff to move forward with, but if we get so caught up with all this stuff in the past of we could have done this, or WWE could have done this better, like, oh, they should have done this. It doesn't do it for me, That's what just kind of like gets me all worked up too, because at the end of the day, if you're so damn upset, stop fucking watching. Go watch something else. Go do something better with your time. Quit bitching and complaining.
or go try and be part of creative.
Right.
You're so good at it. Where's your resume, right? Yeah. Where's your resume?
Try to go part of the change.
Yeah, exactly.
Part of the change.
Give us solutions at the end of the day, because it's not helping with your bitching and complaining.
Be part of the change.
Absolutely. But I kind of want to shift gears, because some Survivor Series at the very end, right? We saw a couple of things. We saw a masked man, clearly not revealed on Raw. But we also saw kind of like the dynamic of how Roman, approached his team members, right? We saw a little acknowledgement with him and CM Punk. He kind of had that sign of respect, right? He did the Zebros, his little Zebros fist bump with him, right?
Yeah.
Not so much with Cody, though. He pretty much told him flat out, this is the last time I'm teaming up with you. So what do we got here? What are we seeing here with all of this? It's only at the end of Survivor Series. What did you guys think?
Someone's going heel.
Is he finally going heel?
Cody? Yeah. He's going
Yeah.
heel. He's going heel right there.
We got Homelander.
Or
He did hit CM Punk on accident.
oh yeah. For real. That was clean though.
Which it was kind of funny to me.
Yeah, it was
But
clean.
it was kind of funny to me because it's like you got two of your opponents in front of you. What do you think was behind you?
No, right. Actually, all his options was in front of him. That's why when he crept up,
Right?
he didn't even get dragged. Like he didn't get grabbed or nothing. He just
boom.
Yeah.
Like,
caught him with one.
I got one for you too, right?
Hey, and then that's what's gonna turn him heel anyway, because he's like, what? You're not gonna help me up? Fuck. I bled with your family over here. I took a tsunami with your family 50 feet. We measured that. 50 feet, we measured that tsunami, bro. No, Cody's gonna crash out. He's gonna crash out nicely though. Not like Jey Uso, bro. They got Jey Uso crashing out like like a weirdo. Like that's not how you want to like do it, but
he's in his own head right now,
yeah, you don't want that. But Cody, he's gonna crash out in a way where he's gonna be a menace, like the American Nightmare for real. Like he's gonna be
Homelander. We're gonna see
Wait, is this
Homelander
and then we're
Cody.
gonna tie in Randy Orton again. That's what we should do. Tie in Randy. Just one more time. Come on. Let him have a run too. All right. Let him have a goodbye next. Like he's next. He's at 14. Let him get the 15. Just one time. Let him get that 15. That's it.
Oh.
Save that for next year. SummerSlam.
Yeah. But somehow tie him in
it's
too.
crazy to think, right?
You guys are tying in everybody else. Tie him in too. Right there. RKO man. Put him back. Put him in the game. I see him over there with I Show Speed. So he's still in shape. Let him come back.
He's training him, right?
Yeah,
training
him.
Getting him prepped for the ring.
Yeah. I think Cody's going heel, and I think he's gonna do good. Especially if he does the whole Homelander shtick. Give a little psycho, give the little psycho smile, smirk, laugh, kind of deal. You know what I mean? While he's
American Nightmare is the American Psycho.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, bro, right there. Trademark that. Trademark it. Trademark it.
I think it might be already.
Right here. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it right there.
That'd be crazy though.
That'd be dope.
Wait, we have to do the obligatory because Jay ain't here.
Right.
So
we know you watch.
What would he normally say?
WWE, we know you watching.
We know you watching WWE.
We know
American Psycho. Trademark that.
Yeah, American Psycho.
I see the T-shirts already.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, who's the masked man? We saw the theories of who he could be, but who do you guys think it is?
Can we say one more wrong answers? You want to say some more wrong answers? They said it was Jericho. But it's funny. I laugh because you guys.
You want to go wrong answers first?
Where? Why is that worse?
You say Jericho?
Yeah.
No, it's not worse.
I saw them say that.
Okay.
The IWC.
I saw people saying it was. Some people were saying it was Jack Perry, Jungle Boy. Which it's funny because the way he moved, like that could have been like he would have probably been it if it was an AEW, but obviously not. I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, John Moxley," like the way he did the curb stomp. I'm like,
the curb stomp was different. The curb stomp was different. You know who it was. You know who it was, right? You know who it was.
Who?
Paul Heyman was getting worried on the outside, so he whispered somebody's name under his breath, and that guy appeared in a mask.
Joe Hendry.
Yeah,
but he didn't do the spin.
Yeah.
No.
He did it after he ran out of the ring.
Hey, but he's
exactly.
He's bulk, dude. Yeah, he's bulky. I could have seen that. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
it's Chad Gable.
It's Chad Gable.
The other
I
El
missed
Grande
that guy.
Americano. I know, right?
Guy.
What a way to return, right? Curb stomping CM Punk.
Dude. And
no,
then
but who
you
you guys really think it was? Who is it?
I mean, if it
That's
is
a tough one.
If it is that Austin Theory, dude, I thought he was a little more taller. That guy was a little.
Theory's kind of short, huh?
Was he?
No, he's
I thought he was a
I
little
think
taller. Like he's as tall as Grayson.
Just based on the
Like he's as tall as Grayson, that Grayson dude, his
it-
old partner. They're
yeah, that's right.
they're
Yeah,
that
exactly.
tall. That's
Yeah,
the
no,
reason why I
he's not
was-
that short. He's not that short.
Because this guy is not as short, but he's not too tall and wide. So I'm like, man, so I can't even call it. It can't be him though. Austin.
It could be him.
It's a green eye guy.
Be him. And
y'all see the mask? Did you guys see the mask that looked into the camera?
Green eyes?
Wait, did you guys see the picture?
No.
They got a picture where he ran when he left the stage. Oh, I should have sent it. Yeah, I came across it earlier. He
send it to me later.
When he left, he looked right into the camera, and now everyone's trying to depict his eye color. Yeah, he has like a black thing, but you
still
can
wrong
see
answers.
Oh, dude.
Does Mr. Iguana have green eyes? Oh,
wait,
man.
Who
Theory would fit in with the Vision, though.
Dude,
I think Theory would fit in the Vision.
And then he'd be hella mad because he
But
got
there's
kicked
the
off.
other.
Who?
Yeah, but see, the other name that was thrown out there, right? A lot of people are also thinking it could have been Montez Ford.
Oh yeah, isn't he tall too?
Yeah.
No. Hey,
how do you work?
Yeah.
How do you work the? Well, how do you work the story in where Montez Ford just up and leaves? What's his face?
His partner.
The thing is,
Dawkins.
If they could have kept running with the storyline of them bumping heads and I they had that one where they were kept bumping heads, but then they tied it back together with B Fab, and they found out they were still cool. So if they just kept running with it, I can see where that goes, Iron Man. Like it could have tied into what you're saying. I mean, unless he just pops up like, you know what? I needed a whole change, a whole new crew.
I don't know how they would tie in Montez Ford, to be honest with you, but I wouldn't be mad at it, to be honest.
Well, remember the Wyatt Six?
I just feel like Montez is long overdue.
Well, remember, if y'all remember, right, the Wyatt Six kept saying that they're not family. What if Montez goes to go join the Vision because he needs a family? Like
the only thing about it is I think putting Montez in the Vision might be a detriment to Bron Breaker. Because Montez, bro, that guy is good. I think he has the potential to outshine Bron Breaker, and to get Bron Breaker ahead, they might have to stifle Montez. So I think it's actually a detriment to put him in. So I don't think it's Montez.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I kind of look at it as kind of like the like evolution though, because when you really think about that group, right? You already had people like Triple H, Ric Flair, and clearly the two younger guys that they're pushing to be like the future, which is obviously Randy Orton and Batista. So I can't say I don't really look at it as a detriment, to be honest with you, only because it would be kind of like a fresh face into the fold, and knowing that Montez Ford had a great showing at Elimination Chamber a few years ago, with a lot of the bigger names.
He did.
Right? And so it's just like, to see nothing come off of that for him to, be pushed as a single star was quite upsetting, only because
I agree.
It felt like he had a great showing, and he showed like he was capable of being able to hang in there with the big guys. So this honestly would not be, in my opinion, a bad move to see him being revealed as the masked man. And I wouldn't be mad at seeing Austin Theory, just because he's been off TV for so long, and he clearly has an affiliation with the whole, I would say with Seth Rollins, in the past with when he was like the Monday Night Messiah, right? He was trying to kind of like take him under his wing. So it'd be kind of interesting to see him kind of circle his way back into this scenario by being that masked man. But I think because they attacked CM Punk, we would eventually see some sort of, feud with him, against CM Punk down the road. And exactly. And I think what's clearly happening here is, somebody like CM Punk being the person that he is, he's clearly going to put them over. You know, he's clearly gonna use his name to get these guys over, and pretty much elevate them. So, whoever it ends up being, and whenever they actually reveal him, it'll be kind of interesting to see. And it's just kind of funny thing. Like, we're all like overanalyzing it, and then next thing you know, it's actually Seth Rollins.
Oh, I know.
It's just be so funny that way. Here we go. Wrong answers only, right?
If it's not Seth Rollins, I'm calling it right now. The CM Punk Bron Breaker thing is gonna go all the way to Mania. Breaker is gonna win at Mania, and Seth Rollins is gonna make a return. Then I'm calling it now.
Oh,
well, the thing is, I think Braun beats CM Punk at Netflix.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
So I think this is what's gonna happen, though. I think first for me, I think with the timing of Seth's recovery, I think Braun beats CM Punk. He takes the title into WrestleMania, and he faces Seth Rollins.
What? How long is Seth supposed to be out?
Well, apparently he's already got the brace off, so it looks like he's on pace to be back before Mania or within Mania season.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
I think
then
maybe right. Maybe if his recovery is actually in the stage where he's going to be cleared to wrestle, maybe that's going to happen. Or like you said, CM Punk, Bron Breaker, maybe they run it back. But it's just kind of interesting to see, because I think what they're going to eventually do at this WrestleMania is really push some of these, younger guys, which is good. I think it's a good call.
Yes.
Right. But outside of that, some other interesting things happening in the industry, right? So we did just learn the TNA has now signed a contract with AMC to be featured on Thursdays. But there's also rumors that they are also going to be ending their partnership with WWE, which was supposed to be, I believe, 5 years. And they're only 2 years in.
Oh,
so,
wow.
I'm happy for them. Obviously, TNA is well deserving for their own primetime, cable, television show. And I think, with the way things are going on there, they're clearly gathered a lot of momentum, put a lot of good TV on, and I think it's well deserved. I'm very happy for them, and I think whenever we see different wrestling companies being able to elevate themselves onto cable television and get themselves like a cable deal for that matter, it just helps the talent and the industry even more. So that's one thing I will say I'm very happy about. Now, as far as the rumors go, and I think this is strictly rumors, as far as them ending their partnership, because WWE has also kind of came out and said that they're not looking to end it, but they're also, my understanding, there is a clause in their contract stating that they could end it, specifically once the AMC deal does go into effect. Otherwise, do you guys feel that they, and when I say they, TNA has benefited from this partnership with WWE?
Yeah.
Going into their AMC.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because I used to watch TNA and then I stopped, right? And then they used to, didn't they cross paths with TNA and NXT and type stuff, right? With WWE? Like they did, or am I thinking about the wrong thing? Didn't TNA collide? It was Moose and what's his name? And Oba, right?
Oba.
Yeah, and they collided, which
that
made me
definitely happened.
Yeah, so that made me want to pay attention back to TNA. So I for me, as a fan that used to watch them and then just stepped away from them because it's mostly WWE, like, so it kind of brought me back to watching who they have over there on that side, to be honest, like a little bit. So I thought, if for fans like me they drew us back in. But again, since they did that, now you could go branch off. I would still be trying to go pay attention to y'all for a little bit too over there. So you guys did what you needed to do with the partnership, I feel. Even though it's only been 2 years, dang. And they had a 5-year plan. I like more of those collaborative.
It did go by kind of quick.
It did.
All right. Yeah, because I know specifically their collaboration has been mostly NXT, right?
Yeah, NXT. Yeah, because we watch NXT. Yeah.
We know you watch NXT, that's for sure.
We know you definitely watch
thick,
NXT.
and NXT, the plot is thick. Hey, Sol Ruka, hey, that picture you just posted with your merch, just take it.
Got a lot of soul on NXT.
Yeah, just take my soul already, Sol Ruka. I didn't know how much more you could snatch of me, but you could just have it all. Just have it all, bro.
Snatching your soul. She's snatching your soul
all day long.
Yeah, no, I do think they've benefited a lot from this partnership that they've had with WWE. They've definitely gotten eyes on the product that normally wouldn't have been on their product. They've gotten my eyes on it for sure. Like I've said before, there's so much wrestling now that it's hard to keep up. You've got WWE, you've got TNA, you've got AEW, New Japan, AAA. There's so much. And then you've got all these indie promotions, whether it be the big indie promotions like
House of Glory, GCW.
Right. Even like Booker T School or even your local
Reality of Wrestling, right?
Reality of Wrestling, or even your local wrestling, indie wrestling spots. There's so much wrestling to be had. It's hard to keep up. So it's even gotten me to look at the product, even though it's not on a weekly basis, from time to time. I'd look at it from time to time, and I'm not well versed in who's there, I'll still look at clips of their matches, and I may not know who the wrestlers are, but I'll still watch it. You know what I mean? I love wrestling. I don't care who's wrestling. I'll still watch because I love wrestling. And their product is pretty good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I got some action.
I can't hate it. And they have got some action. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I mean, they when they really have stuff put together, you know what I mean? When they figure stuff out, they've got some good stuff going. Like just recently when they had the whole story with the Hardys and the Dudleys, you know what I mean? That was cool. Yeah, that was definitely cool.
Throwback.
Yeah, right. A little bit of a throwback. That was kind of cool. I mean, I normally, I like as somebody who barely has time to even watch WWE because there's so much of it. You know what I mean? Like. Just the fact that I tuned in to watch that because I wanted to see it, of course it's for nostalgia purposes.
Yeah, for sure.
It's something that we watched when we were younger, but I wanted to see it and it was good. It's awesome. So they absolutely benefited from partnering with WWE. If WWE is looking at ending their partnership with them, I wonder if it's because of something to do with AMC. I can't see them wanting to just end it just to end it. There has to be some kind of
conflict.
Something to do with AMC. Yeah, there's gotta be
conflict of interest
or something.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this though. Let's say that WWE does end it, right? Would it interest you guys to see TNA try to partner up again with AEW?
Like I said, there's so much wrestling out there.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter to me. It wouldn't matter to me at all.
You have to say yes or no.
What?
No.
I say yes.
I say
because
do it. I wouldn't pay attention. I wouldn't pay attention.
Hey, because AEW.
I mean, go for it. Go for it. I think more wrestling is better
Yeah.
I think that's great. I think that's great. It's a good option because that leaves the door open for more wrestling for everybody. And if
Mhm.
AEW is your thing and that's the stuff that you like to watch, that leaves more options for you to watch as a wrestling fan. I think that's great. I think that's a great thing as a wrestling fan. So if they would like to team up with AEW, I'm all for that, 100%. But for me personally, as somebody who watches WWE and I watch clips of TNA and AEW from time to time, it personally wouldn't interest me.
Okay.
It might, because for
So
me,
you're like, yes.
no, because when you start collaborating with people like Tony, what's her name? Tony Storm? Is that her name, dude? She always goes viral with her promos, and her
Man,
matches are pretty
Tony
crazy.
Storm.
That's gonna tie so many things together. If you could go viral and catch my attention, I might start paying attention to you. Cause that's how I got on Soul Ruka. Like, she just did this one thing where I just had to go, what the, and I'm watching you again. And again, but I'm watching. So therefore, if you could tie me in and reel me in, dude, you got to do that, because there's too many. WWE can't house all you guys. And then some wrestlers might not like WWE style. You know what I mean? They're too Disney or whoever they're partnered with. I'd rather go and be more extreme. My wrestling's more extreme over here, and they might cater over there at that company in that match. And they could air it on things like AMC without being worried of of censorship more so. So there's a lot of factors to stuff, and the more that people find their homes, because nowadays people are more athletic, they're getting more crazy on the mic, they're getting more creative on their characters, and hey man, there's a lot more sell, like they a lot more sell, and they play ball. So hey, the more the merrier, and we need a place for all y'all. So go ahead and partner up. Yep. Partner up. Catch our attention. Dude, catch
Bro.
our
And
attention.
I'm just gonna say, bro, I've said this since day one ish, and I'm gonna keep saying this. WWE, you guys fumbled Tony Storm, bro.
No, bring
Tony
her
Storm
back.
should have been WWE, but you guys fumbled that one.
Dude, she's crazy. Yeah, I can't
I
believe
don't know.
hey,
It's hard to say because I think
Yeah. You know,
I don't. How should I say
timeless
this? I
Tony
think
Storm.
Tony's
Timeless. Only timeless.
Sorry, go ahead.
Timeless.
No.
No, saying timeless Tony Storm.
You know what Tony Storm has gone out to right. She's gone on to say that the character that she plays on, the character that she has on AEW, she couldn't play in WWE, and she likes who she is in AEW, and I 100% agree with that. She couldn't be that in WWE, and she likes who she is in AEW, and good for her. Good for her.
Yeah. Everyone
The fumble that was the WWE was a blessing for her in AEW, and I like that for her.
Yeah, I think the character that she is timeless Tony Storm. She's so witty, on the mic, and like clearly some of the things that she says, it's probably not made for WWE television. We know they draw the line to a certain point, right? So, as they say, AEW is for the sickos, right? And I think when you have an opportunity to reopen this type of partnership, if it was to happen, I think they need to do it right this time, because I won't forget that they did happen to open that forbidden door during the pandemic era, and AEW had this partnership with TNA. But I thought it was underwhelming. I don't think they capitalized on the opportunity and really did what WWE did with their partnership. But maybe this is like a lesson learned where they could look back at what was achieved during this partnership with AEW. I'm sorry, with WWE and TNA, and kind of like build on what they do, but really use the TNA product and the name, especially now that it's going to be on AMC, to their full advantage. However it may be this time, I think they just need to not necessarily squash a lot of their talent and really balance it out, where you notice that with WWE, right? Even if it was just the NXT brand that was heavily utilized, yes, NXT did have a lot of the TNA titles on their brand for a bit, but then they also put a lot of their guys over, especially with, Mike Santana and, I can't remember her name, but Xia Li, she formerly was Xia Li, she was, the most recent winner for the TNA Women's Championship, beating Keilani Lee.
Right.
So it's interesting, right? Like when you see companies work together like that, where they can help elevate each other, it's obviously a win-win. At the end of the day, fans win. So if AEW can do that very similarly, because I personally think, the way they partnered up with New Japan and CMLL, it feels underwhelming. Like, great, you get to cross over, bring a lot of people over, but I feel like they hurt those brands or those companies more because I don't see a lot of there's no give and take. I feel like they're just taking, you know. Yes, they feature some of their big names over on the other side, but at the end of the day, they've taken a lot of their talent, and who's New Japan like left with at this point? So that's just kind of like my concern, right? As much as we think WWE would have done the same thing with TNA, they've brought over obviously people like Jordan Grace, Joe Hendry. You don't know who's going to be next, but at the end of the day, that typically it seems like they were able to elevate each other on both sides in that aspect, as opposed to AEW. I feel like they just kind of drained the talent, the main top talent from New Japan, bringing Okada over, and also obviously this was years back, right? You got Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, all coming from there, and then they got Jay White. So it's just like who else is left in New Japan, right? Sometimes you got some of the other guys like Kota Ibushi and the other guy that's in the ops, Shibata. So it's like all these guys that were kind of notables in New Japan Pro Wrestling are now more prominent in AEW, specifically signed with AEW. So I would just hope that, like, if there's a partnership, it's more of a partnership, not like them trying to poach most of their talent. But at the same time, it's give and take. Give and take, elevate. That's how I look at it, and everybody wins at the end of the day. But we don't know. We don't know if that's gonna happen. Maybe it doesn't need to happen. I'm still fine with that. Clearly, AMC and TNA, that should be something that should be focused on for them to kind of like evolve and also transition their way out of this partnership if it happens. That
But
WWE
good for
does
them,
cut in.
though.
Very good for them.
them.
No, very happy for them. It's kind of a long time coming, right? I think whenever we talk about like these promotions, I think we can kind of like compare it to like ECW, right? Had ECW had the funding, they had a actual cable network that believed in the product and really gave them the opportunity to shine, who knows what the wrestling landscape would have been, if that was to happen. Because at the end of the day, a lot of times, like, these great these companies that we really appreciated end up going belly up because there's no funding, and then they can't keep their talent, and they got to do what they got to do, do what's best for them, and end up taking the money from elsewhere. So let's just hope that, for TNA's sake, they're able to capitalize on it. They continue to put good TV, good wrestling on TV, and they're obviously going to be able to help fund themselves with this new cable deal. So kudos to them, and it's again, it's good for the industry. It's good for all of us. Just more wrestling, even though we can't watch it all. I think it's just nice to have that change of pace, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Otherwise, I think we have a lot to look forward to. Coming up in the next couple of weeks. Obviously next week, Saturday night main event, we have something to look forward to. And at the same time, it is going to be John Cena's very last match. We'll clearly have an opportunity to probably talk about that on another episode. Otherwise, gentlemen, I think let's call it a wrap here. Yeah. A lot of talking, a lot of drinking a little, or not a lot of drinking. We're sipping, but nonetheless,
sipping, nursing
nursing our shit earlier. But good times as always. I appreciate y'all.
Heck yeah.
Likewise to our viewers. Continue to subscribe, support us. on our social media platforms. We appreciate you guys so much,
Yes.
and we really hope you guys actually had a great holiday Thanksgiving as well, if you celebrate it. I think one more thing I want to throw out there too is one unfortunate thing. I don't want to like end this on a downer, but I do recall CM Punk's dog Larry did pass away.
Rest in peace, Larry.
Rest in peace, Larry. I know, like, it's me personally, a dog owner. Our dogs are also family, so
Absolutely.
I'm sure it's the same way for CM Punk and AJ Lee. So condolences to them. Obviously, going through this hard time, and it just kind of like takes me back to that like video, or there's a clip that was showing CM Punk coming out for Survivor Series, and he had that like inscription right on his jacket that says
over his
dad, and he kind of
over his heart.
on his heart. He clutched it.
Right
when he came out. Had no idea what was going on, obviously, with the news coming out after fact. So but yeah, definitely hope them for the best, and Larry, if we all believe this, all dogs always go to heaven. So
absolutely.
It's fact.
Otherwise, guys, appreciate you all. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Thank y'all.
We out.
We out.